Let's talk about one of the most misunderstood parables in the Bible and why you've been lied to about it. So let me ask you something. Have you ever thought maybe you're the villain in someone else's story? Or maybe, just maybe, you're the prodigal and you don't even know it. Everybody wants to be the hero in their own head. But what if I told you the most misunderstood parable in the Bible isn't about the prodigal son at all? It's about the people watching him fall. Okay, so let's talk about Luke 15, the parable of the prodigal son. I know you hear about it a lot when it comes down to marriage restoration, but it's one of the most famous stories that Jesus ever told. You know the basics. Younger son demands his inheritance early. He squanders it all on wild living, ends up broke and humiliated. He comes back home with his tail between his legs, and the father runs to bring him back to him. He runs to him, he hugs him, throws a party, and restores him. It's been preached thousands of times in churches, and every time the message is always the same, that God welcomes back the sinner, which is true, but it's not the full story. Because the parable doesn't end with the son returning. It ends with the older brother watching it all, furious. So here's where it gets real. The parable was never just about the lost son. Jesus was targeting the Pharisees, the religious people who were judging him for sitting with sinners. That older brother, he represents the ones who stay, who obey, who do it all right. But deep down, they're bitter, jealous, and self-righteous. They don't want restoration. They want revenge. They want the father to say, "Thank you for being better than him," but the father doesn't do that. He says, "Everything I have is already yours. But your brother was lost and now he's found." That line shattered their ego because grace messes up the scorecard. Here's what nobody tells you. Both brothers were lost. One ran away. The other stayed, but never knew the heart of the father. The first was lost in rebellion. The second was lost in religion. Which one are you? Do you want mercy until it's given to someone who hurt you? Do you pray for grace, but secretly root for somebody's downfall? Are you angry that someone else got restored faster than you expected? Especially if you're waiting for God to restore your marriage. Mad that your name wasn't called first? Upset that God gave someone else a feast while you're still out in the field? Because that's the test. Not whether you can come home, but whether you can celebrate someone else's return. See, today's prodigals don't just come home, they come back with trauma. They come back pregnant, tattooed, broken, with addictions, with stories they can't tell in church. And religious people don't know what to do with them. So they whisper, they judge, they snare, they gatekeep grace. But God doesn't operate on your timeline or your comfort level. When he runs to someone, he doesn't ask your opinion first. He doesn't ask if they deserve the robe. He just gives it. Restoration is God's idea, not yours. And if you're watching someone else receive mercy, don't miss your own lesson in that process. So maybe the most misunderstood parable is really about pride and about how easy it is to forget that grace isn't fair, it's holy. This video isn't just about a story in the Bible, it's about you. your family, your enemies, your bitterness, your secret desire to see someone punished instead of redeemed. God is calling prodigals home, not just the ones in the pig pens, but the ones standing in fields of silent resentment. So which one are you? The rebel, the religious, or the one who finally sees that grace isn't about who's first, it's about who's found? This is the Faceless Helpmeet, where we don't perform perfection, we tell the truth even when it hurts. If you felt this, subscribe and share this with someone still standing outside the house.